Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Structural Organization in Animals, and today in this video we will cover part 2. So let's begin with a question which was asked in the year 2011. The cells lining the blood vessels belong to the category of dash. This is an easy question, a repeated question in fact. If you had gone through the part 1, now it will be easy for you to answer. Yes, we all know that every cell has a special lining, and that is for protection and support. Now this lining for blood vessels is called as squamous epithelium. The lining of the blood vessel is with a simple squamous epithelium. Innermost lining of the blood vessels is called as endoepithelium, or you can call it as endothelium. Squamous refers to the fact that the cells are flat. So what does squamous means? Cells are flat, that is why the name. Therefore the correct answer to this question is option B. So here you have the types of epithelium: simple, simple cuboidal, simple columnar, translational, then you have stratified, cuboidal, pseudo-stratified. So there are different types of epithelium depending upon the cell that is going to line up. Therefore the correct answer to this question is option B. Next question here: the kind of tissue that forms a supportive structure in a pinna, that is the external ears, is also found in dash. So where do you find it again? This is also a repeated question. Whenever we discussed about it in the part 1, I said there are two sensitive parts in your body which has cilia, and they give you utmost protection from the external factors. Likewise, the kind of tissue that forms the supportive structure of a pinna is also seen. Okay, what is it actually? If you see, it's also found in the tip of the nose. Okay, external pinna is made up of an elastic. So what is it actually made up of? What are they talking about? They are talking about, what are they talking about? I'm sorry. They are talking about cartilage. Okay, that's a tissue. It is a passage towards the middle ear. So the kind of tissue that forms a supportive structure in our pinna, that is the external ears, is also found in the tip of the nose. Apart from that, if you want to know anything about the cartilage system, it is a very important smooth elastic tissue. Sometimes it gives you a rubber-like padding. What does it do? It gives you a rubber-like padding that covers and protects the ends of the long bones at the joints, and the structural component of the rib cage, ear, nose, and the bronchial tubules, then the invertebral disc and many other body components have this sensitive component called as cartilage. So what is present in the external ears and the tip of nose is cartilage. Therefore the correct answer to this question is option C. Next question here: in which one of the following preparations are you likely to come across cell junctions most frequently? Now what do you mean by, I told you what is a junction, right? Something that will connect. Now what do you mean by cell junctions? Cell junctions are a class of cellular structures. What are they? They are a class of cellular structures consisting of multi-protein complexes that provide a contact and adhesion between the neighboring cells or between a cell and the extracellular matrix found in animals as well. They also maintain the paracellular barrier of the epithelia, and they control the paracellular transport. Now that I've given you the introduction, I think you would have guessed the answer. Yes, the correct answer is ciliated epithelium. It is a ciliated epithelium which bears a numerous delicate hair-like outgrowth, which is good in trapping the external factors, and it doesn't allow them to enter directly into your body. The cilia remains in a rhythmic motion and creates a current to transport the materials which comes in contact with them. Even the dust particles seem to get trapped by this cilia which is present in your body. So in which of the following preparations a cell junction, if you see, it is option D, ciliated epithelium. Next question here: areolar connective tissue joins what? Of course this is an easy question for you. Areolar connective tissue has a rich supply. So what is it rich in? It is rich in the nerve fibers. Okay, it is rich in nerve fibers and blood vessels. It joins the skin epithelia with muscles, nerves, and blood vessels, binding of the body parts together in the main functions of the areolar connective tissue. So here we are talking about the joining of muscles. Okay, so it is incumbent with muscles. Okay, therefore the correct answer to this question is option A. So whatever I explained is to your right side as well. You can go through it. Next question here. What does mast cells secrete? Now basically, what is this mast cells first of all? We even saw it in the part 1 where they ask you to name the parts where we had a mast cell in that. A mast cell is also known as what? It is also known as mastocyte. Okay, or the other name is labrocyte. There are two names for it. It's a migrant cell of connective tissue that contains many granules that are rich in histamine and heparin. Specifically, it is a type of granulocyte derived by the myeloid stem cell that is a part of the immune and the neuroimmune system. So this is the introduction of the mast cell. So what does mast cell secrete now? It secretes histamine. I've given you a clue. All sites of infections, the infection or the infectious organisms release chemicals. Say, when we get infections, the pathogenic organisms will release toxins which are not suitable for the body. Now, these mast cells are actually involved in the immune system. Mast cells release histamine, which increase the permeability of the blood vessels at the site of inflammation, so that more blood supply takes place. And what happens? The site gets warm and red due to this. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option B, histamine. So you have the structure of the mast cell. It has IgE, which is an immunoglobulin. You have a receptor for the antigen binding. Then you have degranulation taking place. Then you also have the production of the histamines, which is here. Okay. So what does it secrete? It secretes histamine. Okay. Next question here. Which cartilage is present at the end of the long bones? Okay. We already discussed about it. There are cartilages found in sensitive areas, especially joints, and especially where there are long bones, small bones joining to get together. You have this cartilage. It's an elastic tissue also. Now, out of 4 given here, what do you think will be the right answer? We'll go one by one. What do you mean by calcified cartilage? The right answer is hyaline, but let's go one by one. Okay, calcified cartilage. See, as I already said, cartilage are elastic tissues. Now, calcified cartilage occurs as a growth process for the bone due to age. Okay, calcium salts get deposited in the matrix, and calcified cartilage is present in the pubis and suprascapula of many animals. Okay, so that is not the answer. What do you mean by hyaline cartilage? So here I will just mention it here. It is because of age. It is the accumulation. Okay, I'm sorry. It is the it is the accumulation. Okay, and here if you see this one, hyaline cartilage, it is present at the end of the long articular bones. It provides a smooth articular surface to permit the movement of the joints. Elastic cartilage. So now this is the answer. This is for long bones. Okay, what do you mean by elastic cartilage? It is found where the support with flexibility is needed. So when there is a flexibility needed, these elastic cartilages are found. The movement we can consider. Now next is fibrous cartilage. Is a very tough substance that is used in places where the body mostly these fibrous cartilage are the ones which are strong. They are also called as shock absorbers. Okay, examples: disc between the vertebra and the knee joints. So this is for shock. Now the correct answer to this question is option B, hyaline cartilage. Okay, option B is the answer. Next question here. During an injury, nasal septum gets damaged, and for its recovery, which cartilage is preferred? Okay, of course, once again it is the hyaline cartilage, because it is a firm but slightly elastic with clear matrix. It is present in the larynx. So where and all it is found? It is found in the larynx, then trachea, bronchi, nose. Okay, so these are the places where you find this hyaline cartilage. Elastic cartilage will occur in the external ear, while calcified cartilage occur, as we already saw in the earlier question, it is due to age, the deposition, which happens in the supracapsular area. Fibrous cartilage is an shock absorber, and it usually present in the invertebral disc. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. So here you have a picture which shows about the doesn't matter, I've just written on it, doesn't matter, but these things are important when it comes to hyaline cartilage. So here you can see the hyaline cartilage, this long straight line, right? So this is how it actually happens. Okay, so if you want a clear image, maybe I can do that for you. Okay, so here you can see the hyaline cartilage. This is how it looks. Okay, therefore the correct answer to this question is option A. Next question here. The polysaccharide present in the matrix of the cartilage is known as dash. This is again an easy question for you. They are asking us which carbohydrate is present. The chief component of the general substance of the cartilage is actually called as chondroitin, or you can say it as chondroitin. Okay, so it's chondroitin, which is a major polysaccharide that is present in cartilage. Again, I'm telling you what is cartilage. This is a smooth elastic tissue that is present in many parts of the body where it contributes to a lot of function. Now this chondroitin sulfate, keratin sulfate and hyaluronic acid are all components of this cartilage. Therefore the one that is present in the matrix of the cartilage is chondroitin, which is option C. Okay, next question here. Protein present in the matrix of the cartilage is known as dash. Again, this is an easy question because we just now saw in the last question. Yes, the answer is chondrin. It is a gelatin-like substance and can be obtained by boiling cartilage in water. So usually we all have it. I mean, the people, those who have non-veg will know this. The bones have fat content and right? Likewise, these proteins, if you see, when you boil those cartilages, the bones, the matrix, when you burn it, when you heat it, you have this particular protein which will dissolve, it seems. The cartilage is a connective tissue that will contain cells embedded in the matrix of the, which is a matrix of chondrin. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. So you have the chondrin here. This is how it looks. The cartilage cells are called as chondroblast and the protein that is present is called as chondrin. Next question here. Formation of cartilage bones involves dash. This is again an easy question for you. We already saw a lot about this cartilage. Now we'll go directly into the answer. So what do you think will be the answer? Is it deposition? Of course it is deposition of bony matter by osteoblast. Okay, and it's a resorption of. So what do you think will be the answer? You are given here 4 options here. Okay, so here the correct answer will be option A, deposition of bony matter by osteoblast and resorption by chondroblast. Okay, the correct answer is option A. Okay, so formation of cartilage bones involves this. Chondroblast is nothing but which will have a protein in it which is called as chondrin, very important for it. Okay, it's a protein content. Next question here. Blood capillary consists of dash. Okay, now I'm going to show you an image. So here you have the blood capillary. You have capillary in it, you have the oxygen, nutrients, carbon dioxide, waste all entering into it. You have the red blood cells, you have the vein, you have the artery. So what is the the blood capillaries consist of? We already saw blood cells, the blood vessels. Blood vessels are lined up with squamous epithelium, and we also saw the inner cells of the blood, which are sensitive part, they are lined with endothelium. Therefore the correct answer to this question, it is only endothelium and you don't have any other connective tissue in it. So blood capillary consists of endothelium only. Option A is the right answer. Next question here. Histamine secreting cells. Okay, histamine secreting cells are found in dash. Okay, what do you think will be the answer here? We all know the answer because we discussed it in the earlier question, the previous one. See, it is a connective tissue that histamine is an organic nitrogen compound that is involved in the local immune response that regulates a lot of physiological function in the gut, and it also acts as a neurotransmitter. So histamine is produced by which cell, or do you call it as basophils? We all know when it comes to the immune system, we have basophils, neutrophils. What are the other things that we left out? Basophils, neutrophils and eosinophils. Very, very important. And the amount of eosinophils will seem to be increased when the person is experiencing any allergic reactions, and that immunoglobulin responsible for that is IgE. Now, histamine secreting cells are actually found in the connective tissues. Only when it is produced from that, say the primary response of immune response comes from the histamine. So obviously it has to be in the connective tissue only. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. Next question here. Identify the tissue shown in the diagram and match with the characteristic and the location. Again, this is an easy question for you. So what do you think will be the answer here? The correct answer is option A. Skeletal muscle shows striations and closely attached with the bones of the limbs. So here if you see, it's tightly packed. Right? It is tightly packed and it is closely attached to one another. So this represents a skeletal muscle and shows striations and closely attached with the bones of the limbs. Okay, next question here. The 4 sketches that are given below represent 4 different types of animal tissues. Which one of them is correctly matched? So here I'm going to give you the answer here, so that will be easy for you to understand. Now 2, if you see, I'm talking about 2. It represents glandular epithelium. Okay, so the rest are wrong. Option 2 is the right one. Represent the 4 different types of animals. So it's a glandular epithelium. The location of it is in the intestine and the function of it is the secretion, while the rest of them are not right. Okay, the functions are mismatching. Therefore, the correct answer for this question, this is glandular epithelium. The location is intestine and the function is secretion. Next question here. The type of muscles present in our dash. Okay. Heart are involuntary and unstraighted smooth muscles. Intestines are straighted and voluntary. Thigh are, so out of the 4 options, which one you think is right? But before that, tell me the meaning of straight. Okay, what is this? What is the meaning of striated muscle? Striated muscles or striated muscle tissue is a muscle tissue that features repeating functional units called as sarcomeres. The presence of the sarcomeres, so what does it contain? Sarcomeres. Okay, the presence of the sarcomeres will manifest as a series of bands visible along the muscle fibers, which are responsible for the striated appearance observed in the microscopic image of this tissue. So the type of muscle present in our dash, which one out of the 4 options is correct? If you see, thighs are striated and they are voluntary. The rest of them are wrong. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option C. Okay, so what does the striated muscle contain? They contain sarcomeres. Okay, so with this we complete the structural organization of animals part 2. Hope to meet you in the next part of the same chapter. Thank you.